guys, I wanted to do a quick little video here. It's about 40 some degrees out. It's a little chilly, but it's beautiful. But this morning I've been thinking about faith, and is it important that we have faith in brain retraining? Is it absolutely necessary that we believe in God, or can we still retrain our brains without Him? And I want to say that, of course, we can retrain our brains without believing in God. Well, coming from the belief that there is a God, I believe that God created our bodies and He created our brains, and so they work a certain way because of Him. And as far as I'm concerned, He created neuroplasticity, the ability for the brain to change, and the way the body and the brain work together, and the nervous system and all that. But whether or not you believe in God, I don't think really determines whether you can retrain your brain or not. You don't have to be a believer, you don't have to be a Christian or any other particular faith to retrain your brain. So my thoughts this morning are about faith. In the Bible it says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And I love that verse because it goes right along with brain retraining, that we need to believe before we see it. From a worldly perspective, there's a saying that's seeing is believing. Well, from God's perspective, believing is seeing. We have to believe it before we can see it. We have to believe that we can get well. We have to be able to visualize ourselves healthy and strong and vibrant and doing the things that we've been avoiding. We need to be able to imagine a different life for ourselves before we can ever see it. If we don't believe it, we're not going to see it. But that verse is really powerful. I mean, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And then there's another verse where Jesus is talking about prayer, and He says, if you ask for anything in prayer, believe that you have already received it and it will be yours. So from that Christian perspective, that biblical perspective, we need to have faith. We need to believe before we can see it. Now, from a non-Christian perspective, if you're not a believer, I think the same rule applies, really, that you have to believe it. You have to believe that you can change your brain. You have to believe that your life can be different. You have to believe in the process of brain retraining, and that we can redirect our brains, and we can change the way we think and the way we act, and believe that we can have a better life. So I think either way, you need to be able to see it before you actually see it. I mean, you have to see it in your mind. You have to believe it before it actually happens. Because if we're waiting to see the evidence, because I know with brain retraining, a lot of times if we don't see results that we want to see as quickly as we want to see them, if we don't see the shifts and the changes, we start to doubt, and we don't believe that anything's actually happening in our brains, and we want to quit. But if we wait to see the changes to actually believe that it can happen, maybe it won't happen. You know, we need to be able to believe it, even if we're not seeing results yet. We need to be convinced that things are happening in our brains. Rewiring is going on, We just don't see the results yet. But in time we will, and we have to hang on to that, to believe that the process is real, that it's happening, and that we will get the results eventually that we're looking for. So, to me, faith does matter, and faith in God to me matters a lot, because I know that ultimately everything is in His hands. But even if you're not a believing person, faith still matters. You need to believe that your life can change and that you can do this. So just wanted to share that with you guys today. Hope you're doing well. Have a good day.